So hello friends, welcome to Gokul Tech. So in this video, we are going to see how to gather the requirement for data visualization project, because this gathering or the collection of requirement from the client or the stakeholders for the data visualization is a very first step to do this activity, right? So that's where we are starting our day two. The day one, we have given the brief introduction about what is data visualization, how we are going to proceed in this 2025, and most of them we have voted for to have a bi-weekly webinar in a month. So today we are at day of 8. The next webinar will be on the next 15th day of from the current date, so that will be updated. And if you wish to join our WhatsApp group, I will share you the link here. You can directly click on this and you can join to our WhatsApp group, so that you will get a proper update how we are proceeding and what are the um, you know actions we are going to take it next further. And even if you want to keep yourself engaged within our channel, we have introduced our membership program. We will request you to join if you wish to get your questions clarified in a day-to-day basis or a live basis. You can join and you can grow along with us, right? So this is completely, and this channel is run only by me. There is no scripted content or nothing like that, and the contents whichever is shared here in this channel is only owned by me. I am solely responsible for this content and the complete experience of my own as a Power BI developer in the last 6 years. Whatever I've experienced and I'm experiencing currently will be discussed in this complete, videos of this particular channel. So that's the reason we have created this channel. We are keep on posting it, and yeah. So let's wait till 2 more minutes. At sharp 8:15, we'll be joining our session. Sorry, starting our session, and I can see a few people have joined. Let's do that, right? Before that, let me put my mobile on silent mode. It's too hot here. If you're feeling the same in Tamil Nadu or anywhere in India, please let me know how you are feeling the current. So 1 more minute, we'll wait, and then we'll start our session. So yeah. I think it's 8:15. We'll start, and let's start with the first requirement or first step of our ladder to learn Power BI. And I'm going to share my screen. We have prepared a small PPT for this particular activity. So let me go to the particular window. Let me grab it and share it. So today we are going to see steps in gathering the requirement for data visualization from the stakeholders. So when we are starting your project, you need to understand the data and what are the requirement from stakeholders. It's very important so that you can meet the requirement, meet the goals, and it will be delivered as required by the stakeholders. And even more, you can make it better performance, right? That's how we are designing this particular video. And this PPT is available with us. And if you wish to get this PPT presentation, we'll be happy to share to you. And in if you wish to solve your query on your day-to-day life scenarios, you can directly ping us through our WhatsApp number, and that link I'll be providing in a couple of minutes after some time, or else end of this video, so that you can join our group. And if you wish to know, prepare for the interview or any certification in Python, sorry, in Power BI, we will be assist you. But one requirement for that is you need to join to a membership program, so that we can able to assist you in a quicker span. Because we, as a person, I know personally I'm getting a lot of calls from people, because I need to prioritize that as well. So that's why I request you to join in a proper membership program, so that I can prioritize your queries and proceed further. Okay, let's begin. So we have categorize these complete learning scenario into three different categories, which is understanding the stakeholder needs, gathering the requirements, documenting and validating the requirements. So these three are a very very important and key point in gathering the requirements, or you can say creating a data visualization project. These three plays a vital role. How much deeper you understand the requirement, that much greater you can deliver the report, Power BI dashboard, even better, even smarter, even efficient in limited time, even though if your stakeholder is making you to complete in short span of time, right? So let's start one by one. So after end of each section, we'll have a couple of minutes of break to have a question. At the end we'll have a nutshell question. We'll be happy to take the Q&A. Let's start with the first one, which is my understanding that stakeholders needs. So why this stakeholder needs is important? Because they are the end people, right? They are going to use this particular data visualization or the Power BI dashboard which we are creating their day-to-day life, or their monthly, or depends upon their requirement. So the first point what we mentioned is identifying the stakeholders. So here we are saying key stakeholders in the projects, methods for stakeholder identification. So key stakeholders in the projects, it says that include the project managers, data analysts, IT staff, and end users. Each group has unique interests that influence the project success and outcomes. Of course, you know, if you are going to get a requirement for a data visualization, all this category people which you have mentioned, the managers might be the leads, or might be the client, or might be my end user who is going to consume the report, or the supporting staff team, or your data analyst. Everything have the everyone, suppose if we have a manager around 5 members, each one of them have the different opinion towards your requirement. So it's important to identify, and all together you can go for a requirement collection. In a simple way, if you ask me, I will suggest, we can go for a brainstorming session, where it will help you to all together with everyone, so that it will help you to summarize the requirement and create a better version of your dashboard. What this brainstorm will help, in a group of 10 members including all these category people, if everyone are available, you will get a different dimensions of the requirement from each and every person, right? From that you can able to grow yourself by understanding the requirements. You might be the technically strong person, but you might not know the requirement from the end user. That might advance your skills as well. It's a personal growth for the developer in Power BI. And as well as consolidating the requirement will help you in making the dashboard or the data visualization project very simpler. That's why we need a key stakeholders in the data projects. So how to identify the stakeholders? So stakeholders identification done through surveys, interviews, brainstorming sessions, as we discussed. This is the first point. Utilizing these methods ensures a comprehensive understanding who influences and is impacted by the project. Yes. So most of the time, when I go for a requirement gathering, right, with the stakeholders, I used to group everyone together in a room, and then I used to point out their, you know, section wise, the managers, being it bed team leads or the end users, I used to group them and I used to note down all of their projects, all of their points in a whiteboard or it should be a visual table so that we can compare and finalize what are the points are important. See, out of five, two are required, three may not be required from one group, and out of five, all are required from the top management. At the end user, the thing is a key important because they are going to use it day to day life and day to day activity in their professional life. So their point may be higher range, out of 100 you can say 80-90% of their inputs are to be taken. Out of 10 you have to consider 9 points or 8 points. It depends. So that's where we can able to easily identify a stakeholder who is your main focused stakeholder and what this report is going to show them, the dashboard is going to show them. So that's where this method of identifying stakeholder will help you to get the requirement directly from them. So it's kind of a minimal step you are crossing to or climbing ladder to the next step of your progression. Understanding the business goal. So now you identified, without your confusion of to whom I have to get the task and to whom I have to, get the requirement, to who I have to review it after the development. All these things will be started in the identification of stakeholders. So you find your stakeholders, stick to them. Now, after getting their goals, identifying them, you have to go for their business goals. How their business goals will come. So the first point what we mentioned is aligning data visualization with objectives, defining expected outcomes. So first point, data visualization must reflect the business objectives to effectively communicate the insights. Of course, we are doing it for that purpose only. Aligning visual data tools with these goals enhances decision making and stakeholder engagement. That's what we needed because you after getting an objective, right, you need to visually communicate them. Okay, this is what your data and this is what your business. With this you can able to make, from this particular KPI you are missing or you are lagging some loss or profit for this particular line of, let's consider for a sales or a supermarket data. So let's consider it is having it for four different regions of data, and this particular region is making more loss, and this particular region is making more profit, and they remain two are neutral. So how to balance this all this into, from red to positive? All these things you can able to visually understand by creating a effective dashboard. So that's what the aligning the data visualization objective. Objective is like, the business comes and say, the stakeholders comes and say, I couldn't able to understand where my money is losing or where I'm making profit, but where it is going. So that is the objective. The objective is like they need to understand, they need to control, they have to do the cost cutting of their business. So that's what their objective. So to do that, what you have to do, you have to analyze, from the source team or the procurement team or sales of a particular region. What is the comparison of last month and this month, how it is going? All these things comes under the stakeholders management by um visualizing it. So that's where the first point we mentioned is aligning the data visualization with objectives. The second one, defining the expected outcomes. So you need to clearly, concisely inform them. So these are all the pointers we have discussed, and I'm gonna deliver you these many or these pointers, these particular output on the visual where you will can able to meet your objective. Let's back to the first point. This like you are getting the requirement, you're identifying the stakeholders, you're getting your requirement, you're saying, you got your mindset, okay, like this is what my stakeholders requirement, I'm going to do this, and you are going to define them then and there, or like, taking some time, I used to take a couple of days to define, okay, you discuss this and your requirement, we discuss this, and this is what your outcome. So I'm going to clearly do this for your betterment of your based on your requirement. So that is how we are going to understand the business goals, right? Yeah. So we are end of our first point. If you have any questions, you can ask me so that I can explain you, and then we'll go for the second point. So I can see one person joined, but I didn't see any comment from them. So hoping it is understandable, or if I'm going for a fast phase or something, just clear me out so that I can able to slow down my face of tone or voice, and then we can proceed further. So after this, end of the second requirement, which is my gathering the requirements. Hey Google, what's up? Hey Sumant. So I can see my colleague who have joined. Hi sir, Vinay Kutimukla sir. Hi sir. Good evening. So I can see a couple of people joined, and so we already discussed what are the how do you identify your stakeholders for your data visualization project, and we are in a second topic, which is gathering the requirements from the stakeholders. So if you join now, yeah, I happy you can go ahead and watch the video after end of this live session, and let's. I think if you're good, I'm proceeding with my second topic, which is gathering the requirements for data visualization project. And to give you a brief, I am running this roadmap to learn Power BI 2025 in a bi-weekly basis live session, and I request you to keep a follow up so that you will be learning more based on my live experience. And these people who are commenting over here, this Vinay and Sumant, all are my colleagues. So ignore their messages; they will be commenting on me. And I think I got a message from Vinay that he is good. Okay, let's go. Let's go with the second topic, which is gathering the requirements. So here, what we are saying. So conducting interviews and surveys. So how this will help me to gather the data? You know, designing effective questions and analyzing the feedback from interviews. So surveys plays a vital role, and if you want to gather the data of a business, how this business is performing, if you take it internally, it won't give proper or a good impact or good information what you're looking for. But if you draft your question and if you pass that one to your end consumer, you will get a proper feedback. And we used to do it in our you know customer satisfaction things, right? Whatever the service you are getting, and end of your, suppose if you're giving your vehicle for a service, you will be getting a survey call, survey message, and survey mail as well. You can participate and you can provide your survey what has happened exactly on the service. Is the problem sorted, and what are the pointers you mentioned, is it addressed or not? The similar way, the service will help you to gather a lot of information, where each and every information of it plays a vital role to create your visualization project. So crafting questions that are clear, concise, and relevant ensures the data collected accurately reflects the needs and preference of our participants, providing essential insights for our project developments. So that's what we are discussing. So if see, in the first point, we identify our stakeholders, we got our objective, and we are clear, and we defined our output what we are going to give them. So if we are clear with our first step, we move to the second step, which is my according to the objective and outcome, we are directly designing the questions according to that, because you need to get the result out of your objective. So you have to craft your question, it should be relevant to that particular objective only. It should not be going beyond the direction, it should be to the point, to the objective. So that's where very important to have a proper question for your surveys. The second one, analyzing feedbacks from the interviews. So systematically reviewing and interpreting the responses from interviews allows for the identification of common themes, challenges, and suggestions which guide the decision making and improve the project's overall direction. So this one will help, okay, ideally this kind of feedback from interviews will be, given after, if you're giving participating in any of your career in based interviews, or like you are giving one-on-one interaction with someone. So this will help you to get the details of your particular objective. So that's where this question designing and analyzing your feedback will be taken care of. The next is organizing the focus groups. So what is focus groups? First, my stakeholder is a focus group. You know, they are the one, they provided your requirement and objective for your dashboard. So they should be always in your mind to focus on, and how you are collecting the data to meet the objective what they have provided by the focus groups, right? So that's where organizing the focus. So you have to organize it, suppose your focus group might be 2 3 peoples, the top management and the end user. So you have to organize them, how much percentage of impact they have provided for your dashboard, and you have to gauge them by their impact on your dashboard. The first point is facilitating productive discussions, collecting diverse perspectives. So let's come to the first point later. The first one will go to collective diverse perspectives. This is a key role, the diverse perspectives, which means you are you're collecting the multiple inputs from the focus groups. Engaging a varied group of participants help to capture a wide range of ideas and viewpoints, which can enhance understanding and creativity in addressing the requirements of the target audience. This is a key point in in organizing the focus groups. So, suppose for an example, in an organization, a department called sales team is there, and the sales head, he says, I want to understand why my sales is comparatively, constantly dipping down when I compare with the last month, right? So this is a ask from our sales head. So the team have to address this issue. So if you ask the salesperson who is the end, who is delivering the, who is making the sales at the ground level, his perspective is completely different. He might say, you know there is an introduction of a new product who is a competitor for us, and the price range of the product, and the quality of the package which we are delivering, and the time of delivery, and you can say how they are marketing to the customers, what are the freebies or any offers, what are the things they are giving. So these are all the things which is getting affected, which is affecting our sales. So this is a simple example which I'm providing to for your understanding. So you'll get a multiple viewpoints, okay, maybe because of this, or also the climatic changes. Suppose if you're selling a cough syrup, it is not needed for all the time. The sales is higher when in the time of winter compared to the summer, because summertime maximum of people will be in warm, they will not get cold, but there will be cold, but not that compared to the winter season. So all these things you will get a wider perspective and understanding by collecting these perspectives. The second one is facilitating the productive discussions. So, employing strategies to create a comfortable environment encourages open dialogue among participants, leading to more honest feedback and deeper insights into user experience and expectations. This covered already in the first point, but yeah. So, if you engage everyone into the same group to give a strategy, you will get a proper feedback. What is the flaw or the lag in my product? It is getting sold in the market, right? So this is how the focus group organizes a key role in creating a data visualization project. This is the end of our second point, my gathering the information. Any doubts still here? I'm ready to take up for now. Anil Bihari. Hi Anil. Sorry, I missed your chat because I was presenting the screen. If you have any doubt, please comment it over here. Hope you are watching, and if you have any doubt, please let us know. And people who are on the chat, if you're watching us, and if you want to understand more on this, please do put your comments or question here so that I'll be answering it over here. And yeah. And one more important thing, guys, if you want to join our membership program, we are open to join our membership program. So why we created, what is the purpose of it? So I'm getting personally a lot of calls and messages from many people to address their queries in the day-to-day scenarios. But it will be time consuming activity, right? Because I have to work on my personal things and my professional life as well. So if you join in our membership program, I think it will be easy for me to prioritize your question, because I'm getting a lot of things, I'm into a lot of things. So if you join our membership program, we will be prioritizing your query and we will be addressing it in a short span of time. And if you wish to join, you can join. I have given a minimal quote of, I think, 29 rupees per month, something. Yeah, it's completely purely depends on your willing. It's not with any none of forcing or anything. It's just a pure of your willing. You can learn, you can get it, right? You can join, you can learn it. We'll grow together. So let's go to the third point, which is documents. Documenting, validating the requirement. So first we started with stakeholders, identifying the stakeholders. Second, we are good with gathering the information. Third, we are going to documenting and validating the requirement. So why this is third? I'll give you the brief, information, because you got everything what you need. The objective, stakeholders, everything. So you need to properly document it. Today I'm giving you some data and to the meeting or virtually we are connecting, and tomorrow if you ask me, I might miss some points, right? The stakeholder misses some points, or else you forgot to implement something which is essential for your data visualization. So for that reason only, we will be advice. It's my personal opinion. You should always keep on track what your stakeholders are requiring and validating that one also. So you can document it and you can send it for their reference. And if any changes, they will come back, or else if you will get a good, if you go through, you can go ahead and you can create it for a dashboard, right? So the first one, structuring and clear documentation. The second is prioritizing the requirement. The first one will be the stock document should be proper structure. It should be like to the point, and it should be concise and clear cut to be there. And what is the decision you have taken in the previous discussion? What are the what you can say that, what are the needs and the requirements given by the stakeholders, and what are the things agreed to present, show in your dashboard? All these things should be structured properly. So if you read the definition, right, effective documentation should be well organized and concise, facilitating easy understanding among stakeholders. It should be always include objectives, functional needs, and non-functional requirements. So that's what you should have, objectives, functional needs, and non-functional needs also to be clearly documented for your reference. The second point is prioritizing the requirement. It is nothing but you have to order it. It's, you can't straightly take it away like, the first one, second one, all these things. No, it should be properly ordered. My first priority is to so identify where are my losses. The last priority is my to give a design and color codes and everything. So this is how the prioritizing the requirement comes. For a company, if their main objective is to go for a cost cutting or to stop or control the loss, then your first priority should be what is the sales, what is the profit, what is the cost of production. So this should give it in the first page, because they don't want to know what are the products available and what color is available, but this will give you the first point is the first priority, the last point should be the least priority. Validating the requirements with stakeholders, conduct review sessions, incorporating the feedback for iteration. So in my personal opinion and personal experience, I always go with these two pointers. Conducting review sessions, it should be kind of a iterating method, which is mentioned in the second point, though, but still I just summarize these two pointers for easy better understanding. So once you developed a 10% or 20% of your dashboard, you just go for a review with them. See, this is what we agreed, and I progressed this much percentage, and this is what the outcome of the 20 percentage. If you have any questions or if you want anything to be changed, please let us know. So then and there you can fix it. Then it kind of a open communication, the transparency will be there, and the stakeholders will be engaged with yourself to complete your project. Because the last moment changes, if you are completing your dashboard and if you are presenting to the team and they come back and say like, no, I want to change this, that, and all, you will get confused. So that's where conducting review sessions is important, so that you will get a proper feedback on what you have developed and what you have done. Then second one is incorporating the feedback for iteration. That is the very, very important point, where you will be incorporating what are the changes they have insisted to you for that percentage of development you have done it in your data visualization project. So this is how you can document and validate the requirements from the stakeholders. So once you document it, you can review it and you can add, if you add the pointers which you have missed. This is the pre requirement of growing or developing a data visualization project, to gather the requirement from your stakeholders. So if you have any questions in this video, the overall sessions, I'm open now for a questions for a couple of minutes. So requirement gathering for DB project is generic, or does it depend on DB tool that client will be using in their ecosystem? Yes, Madhav, it is depends on the client requirement. Why? Because we have multiple um, data visualization tool available in the market. You can say Microsoft product Power BI, you can say Tableau, and you can say ClickView, ClickSense, and Google have one more product, but I forgot its name. I have worked on it. So all these things have a different functions, features as well. In a Power BI itself, we have three different tools. Power BI Desktop, Power BI Report Builder, and Power BI Mobile. So all these things are different. Each one have their own functions. So similar way, all these tools which I have mentioned have its own functionality, plus and minus, positives and negatives. So as you asked, so requirement gathering is generic, or does it depend on the DB tool that client will be using in their ecosystem? Requirement gathering is generic, but the ecosystem which the client is using is a different part. So you can say, as an expert, right? Suppose I'm currently working on Power BI. If the client comes and says, hey, can you do this project on Power BI? Suppose a migration activity from, suppose, some XYZ application to, suppose, from SAP or something to this Power BI, right? I can't directly accept their requirement, because there is some advanced feature in SAP, there is some advanced feature in Power BI. So these two are different tools. Power BI is completely developed for the visualization or reporting, but SAP will store the data. So this is different and this is different. So accordingly, you have to sit with them, discuss with them, and then get their requirement. It's kind of both generic and depends on the ecosystem as well. Why? Because current project which I'm working, it's also a migration activity, where okay, Berry Siddharth Reddy, BSR Talks. Okay, so I'll come to your question. This is what are the initial process to prepare dashboard? Can you explain step by step? Yes, definitely. I'll be explaining you. But before that, I'll answer the previous question of Madhav. So in the current project, it is a migration activity from data storage tool to data visualization tool. So it's from SAP to Power BI. So it's completely two different platforms. So you can't get the requirement directly from the client and you can proceed for that. So you should be generic in what are the things they want to see, and you should be to the point what ecosystem you are developing. So it's kind of more both generic and depend on the tool you are doing, Madhav. Hope you have answered your questions. If you still have any questions, please put your comment below. I'll be giving you more further analysis. So Siddharth, what are the initial process to prepare the dashboard? Can you explain step by step? Yes, Siddharth. So that's what we started our complete this roadmap of learning 2025 of Power BI. So the first initial process is to you need to have a proper understanding that this today's topic is showing. As you said, you have to get a proper data requirement from your client. That is the initial process where you have to get your data gathering. What are the data you have to understand the business of the stakeholder so that you can able to build your dashboard. So dashboard creation is output what you're seeing, but the underlying data, what you have, what you are seeing in the dashboard is a tip of your iceberg. The remaining 90% or 80% is available at the bottom, right? So the first step, from my experience, what I'm saying is you have to sit with your stakeholders who is giving your requirement, understand their business, and then understand their requirement. What is the objective for them? Then only you can go for the data visualization, dashboard creation. So once you first understand the, as we discussed for the last 30 minutes or so, the first step is to identify your stakeholders, who is going to be the contact person or who is going to give the requirement for you. The second one is how you are gathering the data, and third you are documenting the requirement from the client. So these things are the client are the stakeholders. So these things will play a vital role for your first step of creating a dashboard. So after you're documenting, and if your stakeholders is okay, you can proceed for the next step. Then you can go for the data, gathering for your dashboard creation. So this step, what we have done is to only for the requirement gathering. The next step will be my data gathering or the data collection. After the data collection, data preparation comes. After data preparation, you have to go for the data modeling. Then data modeling, you will take back to your dashboard creation, where you will create your charts, tables, or any analysis chart you are going to do. That will be your end result. So before that, requirement gathering, collection or data gathering, cleaning or preparing the data modeling, and then you can go for your data dashboard creation. So Siddharth, I think I have given you the proper information. I hope you have clear on it. Still, if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll be, you know, be there for like next couple of minutes and waiting for your answer. If you still have any questions, please put your comment down also. I'll be happy to respond you back in the chat. And guys, yes, as we discussed in our call, right, I'm gonna give the link for the group chat end of our video. So roadmap to the, so how to get the link. So roadmap, how I'm going to do the learning of this PBI. Where I can see the group link. I invite via link, copy link. So I'm posting the group link of our WhatsApp in our chat box. Please utilize that and join in our group, and I'll be answering questions there. So in real time, mostly direct query or import mode in real projects. Okay, good question, Siddharth. So in a real time projects, depends on your the client dependency or the stakeholder dependency. It might be direct query, it might be import mode. Suppose you are engaged into a particular project, and for a particular engagement, let's say you are working for a company called, let's say, Gokul Tech. Okay, you are working on a Gokul Tech, and you want to in Gokul Tech, let's say we have multiple things, video creation team, video marketing team, and let's consider data, content preparation team. And you are not in any team, you are the generalized person of a data visualization. So in that case, none of the team will provide you the complete data. So you'll be getting a dummy data with dummy numbers. So that case, you will be getting the data through Excel. So in that case, you have to go for a data import mode, because obviously Excel will support for data import mode. But in a real time scenario, if you are engaged to any project, any of this team, like the content preparation, data preparation, or the marketing team or video creation team, you will have a access for this particular team and their data sources. So obviously that now the data is maintained by cloud, so you can, that data size will be the huge one, maximum of million to trillions of records. So that case, you will be using the live, or sorry, live you can say, or import, sorry, not import, direct query mode. So maximum 98 percentage or 99 percentage it's going for a direct query. But import mode is also still used in such scenarios where you are not part of or engaged to any of the departments within the organization. Is this clear, Siddharth? Hope you are getting the things what I'm saying. Yes, thank you. Perfect. I think I have answered your questions for the day. Thanks, Siddharth, for joining, and thank you everyone for the people who have joined for our live session. And if you wish to, get your query answered and everything, I have provided the group, WhatsApp group link over here. I am just gonna pin it in the top of the chat. You can utilize it over here. I think you may get it in the pinned comment or pinned message. And if you want to learn, if you want to grow, I'm not going to ask, pays that, this and all. Just subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. We'll be conducting the live sessions twice in a month. And the next video or the next content will be how to you know prepare the data or collect the data from the um, client source. Or else I'll be explaining, I have prepared some content, how to solve this, that and all. But I'll be going with the same process. So this, the first video we have given the overview. This is second day of the live. In the second live, where we have given how to gather the requirement. Now the third one will be my how to collect the data, or like, which source you are collecting the data, and how you are going to validating the data. I'm going to either provide you in a PPT mode or else in the live data mode. But maximum I'll be giving you in the PPT mode, where I'm going to show you how to collect the data for our dashboard creation. Hope this is clear. And if you still, want to know more further other things in the Power BI, or if you are facing any scenarios, or in your day-to-day professional life, you want any help on that, and only on the query basis. I'm clearly noting it only on a query basis, DAX, syntax, or anything. You can reach out to us. We'll be happy to assist you all the time. In the group, we can join, and you can get the updates what we are doing for the next couple of next video what is going to be there. And if you wish to point, be the part of the data preparation group, or the content preparation group, because I'm only the sole person who is creating this content, because all these things based on my experience. And if you wish to put your information, we are happy, I'm happy to onboard you as well. But one request, I request you to join our membership, which is very cheapest, closer to a value of one, let's say, egg puff, 30 rupees. That's it. Yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you all, guys. Hope all have a great evening. Thank you for joining in the Sunday evening with us, and stay tuned with me. I'll be posting the videos, whichever is very, very essential and growing you towards the path of learning Power BI by end of this 2025. And we are posting, we have posted few interview questions as starts, and I'll be starting, posting those videos in, upcoming days. Due to personal commitments, I couldn't able to continue, but I'll be doing that in upcoming videos, upcoming days. And career guidance, if you need anything in Power BI, you do join our membership. We'll be meeting you there. Thanks for joining. Have a happy weekend and have a great day. Thanks, Siddharth. And I think your questions have been addressed, I guess. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.